Good morning. Welcome to The Morning Touch. I'm Darwin Campbell. The Morning Touch is brought to you by the Chaplaincy for the Homeless and the FSBC in Glendale. If you're joining us first time, welcome in. We're glad that you're here. We're going to open up God's Word and we're going to learn a little bit in this series, which is a new series, about the state you're in. As we examine God's Word, you think about the state or the condition that you're in. Where are you right now? Well, some people may say, well, I'm in Arizona, I'm in Texas, I'm in New Mexico, I'm in Louisiana, I'm in Illinois. We're not talking about that kind of state. We're talking about the spiritual state that you're in. We all live in one spiritual state or another. The question is, what is the current state of your heart? That state guides your life. That state guides your actions. That state helps develop the relationships that you currently have or the relationships that currently are falling apart. It all depends on what state you're in. Jesus said this in Matthew chapter 6 and verse 21. He says, "Where your treasures are, there will your heart be also." Where your treasures are, there will your heart be also. Coming from the master teacher, it is important to draw from that. When you look at the state that you're in, the question is, the state of your heart determines your values. The state of your heart determines your morals. The state of your heart determines your character. The state of your heart determines how and what you think about each and every day of your life. You know, we have some out there that are risk takers. We have some that are reckless in their thinking, reckless in their heart. We have some that are full of rage and full of anger. What you value determines your morals, your character, and how you treat others. We have some out there that think that they're super macho and don't have to answer to anyone else, while we have others who are withdrawn and who are isolated. It just goes without saying, the state of your mind, the state of your heart, the state of your spiritual mentality determines the way you act and the relationships you build with others. Let me share this with you quickly. As we examine this series, I want you to focus in on two things. The state you are in can put you in a stable place, a calm place, a peaceful frame of mind, where you're living at peace, you're living at joy, and life is great. Or if you opt for the second state, to create animosity and to create all kinds of machoism and to create all kinds of recklessness and risk-taking, my friends, you open yourselves up to trouble. You open yourselves up to being loud and outrageous and chaotic, where you challenge everything. You're mad at the world. Basically, the difference between being in a peaceful state and being in a state where you are constantly challenging everything and you're loud and angry is this. In one state, you seek to live at peace each and every day. In the second state, everything, every day, every person you are at war with. It doesn't matter if someone sneezes the wrong way, you're at war with them. If someone looks at you wrong and funny, you're at war with them. That's the difference between where you place your values. Jesus says, where your heart is, there will your treasures be also. We need to understand the fact that if we place our values in good things, in righteous things, in holy things, that the end result is quite a bit different than placing your value in causing turmoil and chaos and hate and rage. Solomon said it like this in Proverbs 23:7. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. If you walk around thinking that you're at war with everything and everybody, you're always going to be at challenge. You're always going to be not at peace with others. But my friends, it's quite a bit different if your heart and your focus is on that which is good, holy, righteous, happy, and joyful. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. How are you thinking today? What are you thinking about right now? Are you thinking about doing something good for someone? Or are you thinking about how you're going to take revenge or be nasty or get back at someone? My friends, it's all in the focus. That's what this series is about. All in the focus. Where you put your treasure, there's your heart. As you think in your heart, it is a reflection of who you are. So the question we ask as we wind this down, what are you feeding your heart with today? Good or evil? What are you feeding your heart with today? Jesus or those things that were created by the devil to create chaos and rage and anger in your life? You know, right now, how you think and what you're thinking about is going to determine your state of mind, the state that you're in. And we're going to examine each of those states in this series. And I hope, trust, and pray, if you find yourself in one of these negative states, that you will consider Jesus Christ, because he can bring you joy. That's what this series is about. How do I find my way out of darkness into light, into the happy state and the joyful state? We're going to talk about that. We'll see you next time on The Morning Touch.